Hello everybody, welcome to another YouTube video. I'm Robelle Autonomy, and today we're here to react to the Zenless Zone Zero version 2.4 special program on the Precipice of the Abyss. It has been a while since I made a video. I've been pretty busy. We are in holiday season after all, but definitely gotta make some time for Zenless Zone Zero, so without further ado, let's hop right into it. But I do have to wait for it to actually start because it's live, like I'm watching it live. But yeah, we'll be there in a moment. They literally always get me with this like countdown thing. I like hit record and then it's like, oh no, actually it's not going yet. You gotta wait like 30 seconds. You guys don't, we're gonna cut ahead. Yo, it's starting, let's go. Let's make sure this is HD.
So, Banyue Shifu is different from what the rumors say. Not as cold, but the intensity of the training.
And then we'll do okay. There we go. Okay, we got subtitles. We're good. It's a work of fiction. It says in the corner. Fantastic. Banyue's English voice actor. I'm like, how did they land him? Like, the English voice, like, Mrs. of high profile voice actor.
I would not call myself a great mentor.
If I remember correctly, it's the English voice of All Might and also the English voice of Vegeta. If I'm wrong, you can correct me in the comments down below, but I'm like, this is insane.
Maybe the difference between life and death when the miasma comes creeping up.
They're killing it, by the way. They're doing an amazing job in the role. Also, the Banyue's chibi is like so cursed because it's not a chibi.
Please, have some tea.
Thanks, but no thanks, Banyue Shifu. After all, I'm a bangbu.
Guys, here's the problem. They already officially revealed the Angels of Delusion.
And I believe she's almost here.
And they're like soon. So I'm like, oh shoot, I might have to skip Banyue. Even though it's like I have to pull the robot characters. This might be the one time I have to skip. We'll get him on a rerun.
Hello, proxies. I am Banyue.
I am gonna try for Dylan though, because
Service center? From what we know, isn't Dylan Miss Zhao's?
I know a little bit about her kit because I may or may not have seen a leak.
Welcome to the Zenless Zone Zero special program, everyone!
Their voice is not as annoying as I thought it was gonna be, I'll be honest. Because she was in the story a little bit, and there she was like really like energetic.
Intel buddy, Mr. Z.
Or passionate, I'm not sure exactly how to describe it. But here it's like the delivery is not that bad. Oh shoot, it's starting here, y'all. What's going on in the background? Are we returning back to this like spooky like village setting? Oh no, it's dying! I go back in time.
If you want to sever the connection between your sister and that sword, then the
Alright, we know there's drama going on with holy moly! Yeah, we're flipping we're losing connection. The stream is dying. How many people are watching? Hang on. Alright, not enough people for to justify the stream crashing. I don't know what's happening. We're gonna go back in time. We're gonna just rewatch from the beginning. Hang on. It's like dropping frames, guys. There's no way it's my internet, is it? No, well. We do know there's stuff going on with EC1. Look at him, he got redesigned! What the heck?
You've reached the Dylan hotline.
No, she actually has a phone.
Open. Service review.
What is going on? Wait, hang on. Hang on. Alright, I guess we're just rewinding it. I don't know what's happening. I really don't. Alright, let's take a look here. So, this U1 got redesigned. That's weird. I'm kind of sad that they showed it already, you know what I mean? Like, it's the first thing in the trailer. Them giving her an actual phone is crazy, though. Your moveset is so sick, guys. She's Bayonetta. That's so sick! Alright, I'm resetting the stream. Alright. How many times must I be made to rewatch this?
Beep, beep. Work orders are open.
I want to give my raw reaction, but the flippin'...
You in progress.
It keeps buffering, so I've watched this beginning like 4 times now. By the way, this is also simultaneously going with the Wuthering Waves live stream. I went and looked over there real quick, and it's loading just fine, so I don't know what's happening.
I found a way to break the connection between you and the Qingming sword. No matter the price I have to pay, Xiaohuang, you will be free.
Dang, Yishuan's really on his protect his little sibling moment. He's on his protect his little sibling arc, but he's becoming the villain to do so.
The bargaining chip. Go and live. For the 5 summits.
Oh my goodness, Banyue, flippin', his moveset is so sick looking. Oh my gosh, I wanna pull him, but I don't have money. And also the Angels of Illusion are around the corner, I kinda really want them. Oh, he's so sick.
Draw your blade and kill me so you can save him!
Come on. Hate. The monsters.
Wait, what exactly? I'm so curious where they're gonna take Yishuan. I can't tell if that's the frame. Is that it's dropping frames or if that's the effect they're going for?
Trust me.
It looks like there's a ton of stuff happening. What is happening? Is he gonna die? Oh my goodness, wait a minute.
Wielder of the Qingming sword of
Oh my gosh, he has the phone chains.
This sword, with heaven and earth as its guide.
They really just spoiled that.
Evil!
Thanks, guys. Maybe watching the trailer was a bad idea. Wait, what did the keysing here?
Get these memories. Never.
Oh, shit, she's actually losing her memories.
Welcome back.
Because he said the cost of using a Xingming sword is that you lose your memories. It takes your memories as the price, and that's what happened to Yishuan's sister. She used the Xingming sword too much to the point that she just didn't remember anything. She was just like a... She had no consciousness left. And then she died in the flippin' disaster.
These rumors, the judges within Krampus march to their own beat, stand out from the crowd, and play by
Alright, so how does Krampus differ from Section 6? Because right now, I need you guys to establish that this isn't Section 6 too.
Did you pick up your intel broker?
That is not the sequel to Section 6.
You can doubt my hide, but you can't doubt my professionalism.
This Halloween gossip's totally.
I'm kind of worried because they spoiled a lot in this trailer.
Though I don't know much either. Being an
Maybe it's like all red herrings and the plot's actually going in a completely different direction than you think. But like they put a lot of... And like the thing is, I feel like a lot of the trailers beforehand, they really avoided spoilers. Like they tried to keep everything as out of context as possible. But here I feel like everything was the super duper in context. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we do the story and it's like it's insane, you know what I mean?
Those naughty kids who have done wrong, this strict, cold mother will send judges to execute their judgment, like it did for Porcelumex with all its issues before. However,
Did it send judges with Porcelumex? They kind of had a billion things going on in the background that just went unchecked.
sharp this blade is.
I mean, they literally just showed one of the things that went unchecked for literal years. That was Yuzuha's backstory, and she got the chance to grow up, so that was like a 10-year
Precipice conspired
a 10-year
with the
journey there.
monopolize the Lumite ore and provoked conflict amongst the miners, drawing the iron.
Dang, so what you're saying is Krampus is kind of... They failed already. They've let them go unchecked for like a year. For not a year, for years, excuse me.
Miss Zhao's lightning-fast takeover of Porcelumex was really impressive.
Senior Zhao is indeed skilled and efficient.
Yeah, I feel bad for Damon. Zhao stole Porcelumex from him.
Let's talk about my KPI.
She also stole him being an A rank.
Actually here today to deal with customers.
Watch, she's gonna be an A rank. Don't be an A rank, please.
Residents have complained that
I want the little bunny to be S rank just for the... Just for like the clout, I guess, for the flex. Alright, because like no one expects the little furry thing, the little Labubu to be the S rank, but I feel like she looks, and she really looks like an A rank dies. But also that's why I'm like, they can make her S rank just for the fun of it. If they make Zhao an S rank though, it will start the wars, the Matato wars again, and the entire
Best way to train is to ride
ZZZ community will be on fire again for like 3 hours
responsibility to motivate those
before we all forget again and then move on.
What's with the choir every day at dusk? One customer complained there was so much wailing. It was like some sort of twisted harmony.
stretching.
Yeah, wailing, but not that kind.
Body. Those who shy
It's the kind where your credit card prize reeks very quietly in the nighttime.
Is that so?
While you say one more tempo.
Escapes a hard-working employee like me.
Oh, we charge no fees. If you're interested, you are free to come and participate, Miss Dylan.
Hold up, Banyo Shifu.
Why did we zoom in on Why did you zoom in on Banyue's mall for like 3 seconds? What was that?
What you hear at first is
The editor was like, yeah, just throw this in there.
Thanks for the invitation.
It'll be
I
funny.
get my daily exercise from chasing down money-hungry idiots who make complaints, or going around being a model citizen. As for the complaints about the martial arts
I think
school,
Banyue's
I'll
chibi needs to be
investigate
bigger.
special training and
It does
make my
not
own
reflect how
judgment.
large he is in
Dear
game.
customer service employee, one must remember, all complaints are important, but KPI is the most important.
Looks like you really value this customer service job of yours, but I can't.
I feel
help
bad for her.
being
She's a customer
curious.
service
I
worker.
heard
Yikes.
about Miss Dylan's actual organization, that each member has their own gauge. So, Miss Dylan, what's your gauge?
That's info for VIP.
Okay, there you go. Now we're zooming in on the dial-in just for fun too. Her pose is cute, at least. Little finger
For our VVIP
thinking pose,
properties to
almost.
discover for themselves.
Oh, no, more of like a curiosity
Not like
pose.
I'm curious or anything. Come to think of it, during the Miasma town crisis, the Phaethon siblings caught a glimpse of senior Ye Shiyuan and Sarah in Idhari's illusion.
Why would Yunquai Summit's most senior disciple be with the Exaltists?
He's the most senior disciple?
He's a traitor?
Ayuan has always been steady and reliable. He must have his reasons. It's best not to make
I really hope it's not the just he turned traitor. I want it to be like something way deeper, but like it feels pretty simple, right? He's relying on the miasma's power to
Ye Xunguang?
try and save his sister who got chosen by the sword that literally kills people that use it.
I wonder when she'll find out about Ye Xuyun.
So like, of course it's clear he cares about her, but I'm curious if there's something deeper than that.
Seems like Banyo Shifu is
We do know that like he has a little bit of a complex with her in the sense that like she was far more talented than him, and so he really put in the work to try and catch up, and it like sucks for him even more because he's the older sibling, right? And so his younger sibling is more talented than him.
Xiaowang became the new master of the Qingming sword.
Really? Ye Shunguang must have been very.
I really feel like the build up to Yishen Wang being the new master, the new selection for the Qingming sword, they didn't put enough emphasis on it. It was like in 2.1, it was a little mini thing on the side that you did at the very end of the quest when you're burned out, where you go get some like patches with Ishio one to help Wise.
Memories and senses, even their
And it's like, the thing is, so I was discussing with people on social media, and like people didn't know that. Like they did the quest and nobody knew. I feel like, cause like the way they did it was very subtle.
Placed upon it a seal.
So like a lot of people didn't realize that Yi Xingguang is gonna be like the next wielder of that big sword. They're like, when did this happen? What are you talking about? When I was trying to discuss it on social media. And so I was kind of like, oh dang, this is lore that's not exactly super well known. I mean, it's known now that we've seen her with the sword, but oh, that's the sword from the Yishuan short film trailer. But like,
I can't think of any logical reason.
until they actually showed Yi Shengguang with the weapon, people weren't really figuring it out.
Right now is to find Ayuan and figure out what's going on. Recently,
Nayuan. Using the different names for him is definitely
the mining site that was
gonna
swallowed by
confuse some
miasma
people.
10 years ago has been revealed once more to the people. But with citizens letting their guard down against the miasma,
Melasiuan definitely, he looks way cooler now with his new design, but I'm also kind of like,
saved many disciples and residents.
bruh. So like we both have kind of like a, like they both have brown hair.
Clues in that area.
Nisiuan's turns black and Yishengguang's turns white, so I don't think they'll kill him off.
There might be some tough
At least I hope they don't.
customers
You mean tough ethereals?
Indeed. I've also felt an odd presence there. If we plan to continue, we must do so with caution.
It seems we can only wait and see to find out Master Ye Shiyuan's whereabouts.
Me when the
and if
stream
Ye Shun Guang will
stabilizes
embark on a
and it
journey
doesn't buffer
to
anymore. Only during the trailer
As for
because
whether
screw my
Diamond
reaction, I
has
guess.
ulterior motives for this journey, and what secrets Ban Yue Shifu might be
I am really
keeping.
curious to see how
Let's dive
Krampus
into
like
the
folds
new
into
story
the storyline here,
chapter on
cause
the
dang, the
Precipice of
arc goes
Abyss.
crazy.
Find
The
out
giraffe
together.
is diabolical.
Let me tell you
Oh
all
my
another
goodness.
secret. At the end of the show, a mystery guest will make an appearance. to
Mystery
talk with
guest?
Everyone about the story. Don't miss out.
Alright, I pray they don't spoil the story, but honestly, let's be real here. Let's be completely real here. I feel like I've seen a lot of people very upset with the story. Me personally, I've been enjoying it. Where like there are faults, don't get me wrong, and I feel like the pacing has been all over the place. That I really like all the characters and stuff. I've seen a lot of people really upset with the story direction and stuff. So maybe forget hiding the spoilers and just tell people to make them realize what the actual grand scheme of things is. She looks so sick, guys. Dylan's gameplay is like, I'm gonna pull her. And then I will have enough for Banyue and I'll be sad. Also, I need a stunner desperately because I don't have Jifufu.
Two unique resources: customer complaints and positive reviews.
Miz is going crazy right now.
Customer complaint point, hold the basic
I do want to do like a video where I talk about like
If missed island
Dodge
uses
player's
get
perception
lost, trigger a chain attack, or summon squad mates during a
stories, because I feel like a lot of times I see people trying to critique the Zenless Sonterra story. It's because they weren't paying attention, if that makes sense. Like, don't get me wrong, you can like not enjoy the game, right? It's not gonna be for everyone. I mean, maybe the game is too broad of a statement, but like, you can not enjoy the storyline, right? Like, not every quest is gonna be a banger for everyone, right? But I feel like every time I see people complaining about it, they can't explain why they don't like it. They just go in ready to not like it, and then they're like, why didn't I like it?
Having backup is an element.
And I see that a lot, like, which means like, and since it's recurring, it's them that he's not invalidated, right? It's a thing you're seeing with lots of people. And then it's kind of like, okay, I can't relate to that. I've been having a blast. But also, I've been like that. I've been deep diving into the lore. Like, the world of ZZZ is amazing to me. But I am reading all of the dial-in kit here. It looks like they killed my Singy, I'll be honest. It's just for attack and rupture. I remember when I pulled Xingyi and I was like, she's gonna be universal. She's future-proof, guys, because she works with all attack agents.
Check out how it looks in
And then she immediately fell off when Slip and Naomi took over. She's still usable. I clear ending with her, alright? I'm a little sad that she's not performing super duper amazing like I was hoping. Miss is such a cool gimmick. Now, I'll be honest, I have seen a couple leaks just from scrolling on social media in regards to Dial-In. And I've seen a couple Banyue moveset showcase.
You have disconnected from the call.
I definitely think a lot of people have the opinion that Dial-In's gonna be like super duper ultra OP.
Taking in disciples to
But I also hope that the fan base understands that she's been nerfed. Okay, not nerfed, but she's been balanced unconditionally throughout the duration of the beta. So everyone's saying she was super OP at the very beginning of our patch here. She is not in the same condition as she was then, so don't expect her to be the craziest thing in the world. I think she's still gonna be an upgrade for a lot of teams though. Now this guy, I want to pull him purely just cause he looks so sick. I'll be honest, I probably throw 30 pulses away, and then if we don't get him, then we don't get him and I'll be sad. But I need to save my pulls cause, well, Yishin Guang is probably the patch right after this, right? So I feel like I had to save for her. And then right after is gonna be the Angels of Delusion. If you're wondering, how do I know it's Angels? Because they have an official Twitter for the Angels of Delusion. They started marketing them already. And literally on their banner, it says February 3rd. Or it says 2/3. But it's like debuting 2/3 is February 3rd. And if you consider that one of these patches is gonna be 5 weeks long instead of 6 weeks long, it lines up perfectly with the updates. So that's gonna be their debut. They're gonna be 2.6, essentially, is what I'm saying. If they're not, I will be very shocked. Gosh dang, his moveset is insane!
To quickly unleash his next move. Even if you drop your combo, you can still use Immovable Mountain to perfectly block your opponent.
Things come as they
He's
do
got a
naturally.
he's had a perfect block. He's got flipping multiple EX specials.
Diligently.
When Wrathful Fire is fully
He's got an install.
basic attack to
It's a
activate
fighting game,
the
Derek. The
Wrath, and Banyue Shifu will enter the four-armed Vajra form.
Wrathful Fire?
Vajra form, Wrathful Fires.
Consuming adrenaline, blocking or parrying enemies. I recover wrathful fires.
So each one uses. She consumes adrenaline to build up a second ultimate.
State.
Banyue consumes adrenaline to build up 1 trillion attacks, where you just get free flowing movement.
Holding the special
Oh my gosh, he's so sick!
4 different skills with a single tap and finish with Toppling Mountain.
However, if you manage to manually execute the skill, I'll gain a stack of Vidiraga, which boosts my damage. In this state, it also becomes easier for me to perform quick attacks compared to the normal state.
So, what's Toppling Mountain?
Upon entering the
What am I even looking at? He looks insane!
basic attack button, and Banyue Shifu will unleash Toppling Mountain.
Oh my gosh. I'm glad they included like a billion different combo demonstrations where he's just doing different, completely, not even remotely the same thing he was doing before. Like, if there's any character in Zenless Zone Zero that's like free flow combat, it's this guy.
That means Banyue Shifu truly has the potential to become an elite.
I really hope that his damage is actually insane, and I hope that he sells good. I said I'm only gonna throw 30 pulls at him. I will be spending money during his banner, just out of support. But the pulls I'm getting from spending money, they're gonna be going towards Angels of Delusion or Yixing Guang or whatever, or whoever ends up needing them. But I'm not gonna spend money this patch.
As expected of Banyue.
Okay, now I will be spending money early on. I gotta get the Battle Pass and need to not.
Unparalleled power. How strong.
And some other stuff. But I will be spending money on his banner. I think I'll buy the most expensive pack. I'm gonna plan to see that.
Scale your power for each battle. This is
Just so that, like,
I have a duty to my disciples, and therefore must
Flavors gets decide when they're looking at the data, they're like, oh, people are spending money during his banner.
Krampus Compliance Authority.
That means they're spending money on him, right?
You can say that guy's got something to do with us.
Surely it helps a little bit, even though this is a small droplet in the ocean.
Component installed on its head that can be used as
I also encourage everyone that's willing to spend money to do the same. If you want to say, if you gotta spend money on Yixing Guang, please spend the money on Banyue's banner so we get more cool characters like him. Please and thank you.
Real all-in-one inspection and combat package.
If there are at least 2 Krampus members in the squad, Berkfleek will deal even more days.
Merkflick will do
It's a
more
pretty
days.
amazing helper.
Is that literally...
Besides Krampus's
Is he like a walking gun?
built-in
What is
robot
that thing?
joining the battlefield
Is that a Lego? Oh my gosh, he's a Lego.
In combat, it swings a building block hammer, brutally smashing at
So the other one implies more days. That's interesting.
When there's a
I'm guessing, if I had to guess, because again, we just looked at Violin's kit, but I've had a closer look at it thanks to scrolling on social media. Beware the spoilers, but I'm guessing Bert Blake applies more days because I'm guessing Dial-In doesn't stun like crazy super duper
In the
fast.
first half of version 2.4, proxies can obtain the limited S-rank agent Dial-In and
Okay,
the
she's
S-rank
phase 1.
W
She was
agent
drip marketed
Yesterday
first, so of
Calls.
course.
Through the exclusive channel,
I'm on
Voice of
50-50
the
guys, pray for me.
and W engine channel, Dissonant
Oh, her
Sonata.
W engine! Yeah, it's just her twin tails. And again, a couple other things, but that's the main thing. Oh, Hugo's back. I wish I could pull for him, I really do. I really do, but I'm sorry, Hugo, you're cooked.
In the latter half of the update, proxies can obtain
Who is second half? I was scared. I mean, of course, it's Monument, but who is the rerun? Who am I not gonna be able to pull?
Whatever you seek, I will devote myself wholeheartedly.
Again, I'm gonna throw some pulls at him. Oh no! I did her dirty. She's in like the worst possible spot to put that banner. They're between Dial-In and Yixing Guang. She's cooked.
Dazzling Melody, Berkbleak. the elite observer from the Krampus compliance
I might pull Berkbleak, even if the only one I'm pulling is Dylan. By the way, for anyone that doesn't know, if you get multiple copies of one Dangbu, if you get multiple copies of one Dangbu, it'll lower their requirements. So for example, I pulled multiple copies of the Opal Squad Mangbu of Mercury, and now I only need one Opal Squad member to activate the passive for that Bangbu. So getting multiple copies of the Bangbu is actually good because it makes them more flexible.
If you invite me, I can get you some special VIP
Wait, what?
privileges.
Oh, I shall prepare tea and await your arrival.
Wait, we're getting like extra detailed, like character unique interactions with like the stores and stuff. Oh, that's a really nice wallpaper. That's really cute. I love the vending machine. It's all in the environment. Her pose is kind of like whatever. I mean, okay, the font is cute and funny, but the vending machine and everything looks really nice. Oh, and then Manuel is just he's just fondling some balls. Well, good for him. I feel bad for the Banui fans who got a L wallpaper.
Proxies can, as always, log into the game to obtain a
Yay, free temple! I'm glad this happens every batch.
Then let's take a break.
No, if they ever do a patch where they don't give that free temple, it's gonna be so sad. Oh, the code is just Krampus Peak. I am baffled that we're not getting Zhao like right away. We're getting these two characters that just show up out of nowhere. Even though they've been like teasing and building up Zhao since the very beginning. Which is why I'm like, there's no way they're making her an A rank, are they? Because like they've been, you know, building up and teasing her for so like longer than Madoto. But Madoto had hype when they made him an A rank, and he did turn out pretty good. Like I'm clearing Deadly Assault with my M5 Madoto. I couldn't even get M6. So like I have no doubt that even if Zhao ends up being an A rank, she'll be fine in terms of kit and gameplay. But I'm still kind of like, I kind of want her to be an S rank just because of that prestige, you know what I mean? But I wouldn't be upset if she's an A rank, right? You know, more A ranks the better. Oh my goodness, Yishun Guang. She's gonna be showing up more in the game. They're like, hey, everyone start saving. But don't save, you're gonna want the other units for actually, well, Manuel's a DPS, this shorty's a DPS, so I don't think he's gonna have synergy with Yishun Guang. But I bet Dylan probably has synergy with her. So if you're a Yishun Guang wanter, you may want to pick up Dylan. I would wait, and honestly, if you want to just make informed decisions, just look at the leaks. Again, don't trust the leak numbers and people saying things are gonna be OP, but just understanding like the basic idea of what a character is gonna do. If you want to make informed decisions with your polls, especially if you have limited resources because you're free to play or something, it's recommended, I'll be honest. It'll help you, like, you know, not regret your polls. But again, that's only if you don't fall for the propaganda that people... Because people will doom post or they'll say someone is OP. Never trust them because... One, the devs make changes. Two, a lot of the footage you see of all these leaks is in private servers, so waivers can't track down the leaker. And if it's in the private server, there's no guarantee that the math behind the enemy's defense, their HP, their element resistance, the math on a formula for damage calculation, there's no guarantee it's perfected, right? So... more often than not, you will see characters doing a lot more damage than they're actually gonna do because either the calculation is wrong or they have artifacts that are, or like discs that are unrealistic. All kinds of different things can contribute, right? It's layered systems here. Also, flippin' TFT is back. I did not like this event last time. I liked the gameplay with the TFT. Them making me do like an entire story was a nightmare.
After completing the event, you can also obtain rewards like built-in.
Okay, I need the hamster cage pass. I desperately need hamster cage passes because I've actually been using them and now I'm like running out. Okay, I'm not running out, but I need to make sure I have 15 for the Angels of Delusion because I'm gonna max all of them. I also need 5 more, such I need 20. I need 20 total because I'm gonna max Yishun Guang too.
It's nothing special, really.
Let's switch gears. Do you all remember Grace?
This music is a banger. What's going on?
She recently accepted a contract for designing the props and
What, that more Grace story?
Neo Golden Mecha. Eels and the manager will take on the roles of lead actor.
No,
and
this is an
camera
event. Okay.
operator,
I mean, and more Grace.
Believe they managed
She already got
to
screen time in like the Bang Boom Mech event. And I'm guessing this is a second Mech event? Question mark.
Blockbuster of the year?
Actually, is the director's
Yeah,
debut
she's
film.
back. All right.
After all,
Sick.
someone who genuinely loves the Golden Mecha can't
Look at it. You can see the physical upgrade chips that are for dial-ins.
Ah, I see. Then here's to a successful filming and box office hit.
In this story, Eels plays the protagonist, Ikaro,
And what the heck? They gave it a whole map?
pilots, and learning from them how to pilot the prototype Golden Mecha. Every pilot has their own unique.
Oh, we got a
tuning setup for their
side-scrolling bit. Okay.
Once you've mastered it, you can
And he's got a counter. Oh my gosh.
Modifying core components and upgrading
By the way, the Mech event was probably my favorite event.
refining the core.
Just button mashing and just going crazy and going stupid was so much fun for me.
Worthy of respect.
Like, I don't know, I just really liked it. Oh my gosh, wait, EOS combat gameplay?
along will draw his
I need them to
mighty
use
hammers of
EOS
fighting
gameplay
enemies.
more, please. I'm begging you, these devs. I want more
Inheriting the
platforming.
legacy of the mech pilot,
Make more platforming levels, please. They're so much fun.
transformed into the ultimate warrior.
Like, I love platformers, guys. Well, 3D platformers. 2D platformers I actually suck at horrendously.
Challenge the traders who dare try and build their own
You know if you watch me play Hollow Knight Silksong, it's not even fully a platformer, it's a Metroidvania, but it has platforming, and oh my goodness, it sends me to a rage.
Like they say, stay tuned
Still like
to
that game
find
quite a
out
bit
what
though,
happens
but
next.
I also rage like a lot in the game, way more than normal.
Also, completing the event challenges will earn you awesome polychrome and name card
The name cards are
rewards.
cool, but the thing is I have a limited one that I'm never changing, which is the M6 RP one. It's not limited, but yeah, I mean, as I'm like, these name cards have lost value to me. I'm still collecting them for the fun of it though. I like the way they display more than one.
On-site inspections of businesses with investment potential.
I need more jaw screen time, please. Oh my gosh, Miss Bunny!
Receive rewards such as polychromes and boupons. After all, passing the test means your
Wait, is
skills
that her?
earn Precipice's seal
I
of
thought that was Birdie's. No, that's a her. Oh my gosh, she's slaying. What the heck?
Senior Jow is certainly a priceless
Okay, that's
prize.
really cute.
I feel like Master
I saw the
Joe
sunglasses and I assumed Bernice, but that was not the case.
Indeed. With all her intense training, it's a
They actually modeled her room.
chance to explore the world away from the mountain.
Dang, each one didn't even get this much special
During
treatment.
this event, proxies
And oh
can
my
take
gosh,
you
she's so
on a journey through
cute.
The streets and alleys of New Eridu, feel the fragrance
Yeah, they're
of
giving her
flowers,
early hang-on events before you pull her to make you want her even more.
capture the vibrant pulse of the city and create
This
beautiful
is-
and unique memories.
This is some next level propaganda. Oh my gosh.
By Xiaoguang in her diary.
They're like, yeah, we're letting you date her before you pull her.
Explore the
And then when she arrives,
traveled proxy.
you will have to get her
During the
because
event, besides
you
earning
can't
polychrome,
accept losing what you already had.
Xiaoguang will also share with you all the thoughts and sights she's
That's the
recorded
new
in
technique,
her diary.
guys. They're gonna give her to you temporarily so they can take her away.
Brand new challenge for simulated sequence showdown.
Wait, what was that?
Lore-obsessed maniac came out of nowhere.
Is this an event or is this a new minigame in the in the arcade?
Bunch of my commissions. He must be cheating.
I wasn't paying enough attention. Hang on, I was busy talking.
Speaking of VR combat,
I'm not an event. Darn, I thought they added a fighting game to the
might be able to help.
in the arcade for a second. I saw like the art. No, I got excited.
In this event, in addition to the Alliance and Frontline stages proxies are familiar with, new martial practice stages where proxies can hone and perfect.
Oh, there we go. I love these combat events. You wanna know why? Well, one, the combat in ZZ is so much fun. Two, these take like 30 seconds, guys. Okay, maybe not 30 seconds, more like 2 minutes. But it takes like zero time. You go in, you beat up a bunch of guys. Oh, that was fun. You get your like 80 polychromes and then you leave. And then you come back tomorrow. I love it. I love it when events are like that, where it's just like, here's a little fun thing to do extra.
Martial practice challenge will include a
And it's just easy and easy out.
certain skills Banyu Shifu has will increase your
Holy moly, his flippin' ultimate is so fast-paced.
higher your mechanics score. Of course, after completing the relevant combat challenge, you can get rewards
That is a
like
tuning
Tuning
calibrator. Hey, I need more half-sir cage passes for the Angels of Delusion.
Shiyu Defense, Critical Node and Deadly Assault will continue to rotate updates.
I have like 12 right now though, so I have no doubt I'll get enough. I need 20 for the Angel of Illusion and Nishan Blanc. I'll probably want one for Dial-In. I don't know if it's gonna be her ultimate or her EX skill, but from my understanding from looking at what they showed, you want her EX skill probably level up, so if I need an extra hamster cage faster that one. We'll be getting this? We didn't get Vivian though, so I don't know what to do with the skin when I don't have the character. I hope they at least let me claim it, because I earned the right to it. Double drop as per usual, yeah, and then double that bounty, and then there's gonna be triple drop during either 3.0 or whenever they drop Isam Wong.
Let's check out what's new in this season's redo renovation talk. As the current gameplay systems continue to grow,
here we go.
will optimize gameplay
They said they're making a lot of gameplay changes. They did a dev talk not that long ago. Yeah, I'll be honest, clearing out this guy's shop, I just stopped doing it. I'm missing mad resources from this shop from the weekly resets. Because I got sick of doing the temple. It's like either you sell all of your items, which I don't want to because I need to save it for the Sweetie's whipping side quests or whatever, so I can get the other currency.
More easily and quickly, an auto management system will be added to the Suibian Temple gameplay. After reaching restoration level 35, proxies can enable auto management.
Okay, that's really nice. I like that. You still have to play for the beginning, but once you get auto management running, then it's just a one-click kind of deal.
During auto management,
Alright, that's nice. I like that. I like that.
taking orders within the current Yamcha scene cycle, ensuring that proxies can get Omni coins and Cloud Crests first to redeem goodies at Devon Pawn Shop. You don't have to make so many choices anymore.
It wasn't really even making the choices. It was a hassle to go out of my way.
When there's still room for improvement in current operational efficiency, proxies can also click Improve Efficiency to get tips.
Man,
Okay, now it's just doing it for you.
customer service had a one-click reply
But we'll
button
see, we'll
too.
see. I don't know.
That way, when I don't feel like working, I could slack off a bit.
Slacking off will get you a bad review. In future updates, we'll keep monitoring feedback from our proxies and continue to optimize and
Dang,
reduce
Dial
such
is me for real, for real.
Additionally, we've optimized the default sorting rules for the combat Bangbu list. Based on the original
Oh,
order,
thank goodness.
optimize the default sorting for high-star
They've added
Bangbu
so many
and
Bangus.
latest
Strolling
Bangbu,
through this menu
making
takes
it
50
easier
years.
for proxies to find them quickly.
Now, choosing Bangbu is way more convenient. Peak efficiency. Hope you all have a fantastic time with the new version.
If you ever
Is that
find
all the
yourself
quality
in
of life
trouble,
upgrades?
just call my name.
Hey,
Maybe I'm spoiled now, but I feel like I just come to expect
Mr. Z's exclusive interview.
and to do things that like I couldn't even remotely even think about, like things I couldn't even fathom and like didn't realize I needed.
Dying to know the answers to. Let's hear what he's got
Alright,
to say.
I pray he doesn't spoil Matt's story. Their office looks so fun. Look at all like the game merch and like otaku junk lying around. Answer the season 2's mysteries? Don't answer the mysteries. Who's the mastermind merit season 2's mystery or no? Are there more conspiracies? Oh goodness, I don't know if I want to stay for this, but I definitely feel this is important for me to mention, but I feel like a lot of people feel like the story is really disjointed. But if you go back to season 1 of GGZ, the story is completely disjointed until you realize it's not. Like part 1 is like dealing with like our gang war, not a gang war, but you know, the Red Sand gang and the conspiracy with the Vision Corp. And then chapter 2 is random, let's help a construction company, and then chapter 3 is butlers. And then you finish chapter 3 and they're like, oh, everything's connected. It's all connected to the sacrifice. And then it, you know, everything from that point is for that goal. I feel like we're doing the same thing for season 2. I feel like we're all, you know, they seem disjointed, but they're putting more hints, connecting everything a lot more. And then once they reveal how everything's connected, oh, I'm assuming everything's gonna be connected, I feel like everything will feel a lot more cool, if that makes sense. I also feel like a lot of people think the Exaltus are the only bad guy of all of Season 2, but it's been like... I feel like it's been kind of all over because, you know, the corporations are not just the good guy. Poor Lumix had to get completely restructured because they were a bad guy. Or no, not a bad guy, but, you know, they were a bad company and they got restructured. That they killed literally all of the tops people. And Damien was like, dang, I was gonna try and make my way to the top, but Zhao took over. And then, if you look, flippin' Isolde was very much... Like, she was with the Exaltus, but she wasn't. She was doing her own thing, we just using them. She was like, they weren't the bad guy in the Obo Squad chapter. The bad guy was just Isolde, not the Exaltus. I mean, they were bad guys too, they were doing their own thing, but Isolde was working separately from them. Are we getting a new PV to showcase for the story? Okay, it looks like we're delving deeper into like the top's power struggle. And again, this is a thing that they've been doing in ZZ. They've been balancing, you know, all these different aspects, right? It's not just good and bad. There's gray areas. Damien is part of tops, but he wasn't pure evil. He just was trying to, you know, further himself and make money. He was willing to do dirty things to do that, but he also wasn't completely without a conscience. Oxenda group is Spook Shack. I will say, I do think I'm a little upset with how separated Spook Shack is right now. We didn't get an event where it was all of them together. It feels like Spook Shack is two separate factions. There's the faction that's Alice and Yuzuha, and then there's the faction that's Lucia and Editari. They haven't interacted much as a group beyond that. At least we haven't seen it. And you know, everyone thought they were gonna be the Scooby-Doo squad, but it was more like one was just Shaggy and Scooby, and then the rest of the group like, let's split up, gang, and then they never got back together. Alright, this part I'm a little upset about this because people are like, what happened? What's going on with the storyline? Theory isn't being used. I feel like they're really saving it for an important moment, and that important moment is pretty soon. Because again, there's only 4 other AIs, right? We can't just start spamming them immediately. So when like the first one drops, it has to be during a major event, which is when this I mean, it's basically this chapter, right? Or maybe even the next chapter. So I feel like people are gonna be like, they finally did it because we asked them to, but like, I think this might have always been the plan. I am curious to see where they push this characteristic here, because I imagine that they eventually give us playable Bell and Wise, but they might not. He's just revealing everything! Oh my gosh. But yes, we do know that Seed is extra special to him. She'll be important in the future. I hope they bring her into the story later. The first generation Bloodhound is still alive. I would like to know this actually. This one I don't think they need to show us in game. It would have been cool if they showed us in game. Some of them still remain, okay. So they confirmed that some of them are dead though. That's him indirectly saying some of them are cooked. Yeah, some people don't care about Void Hunter. That's why Yishuan isn't the Void Hunter. She doesn't want the role. She has other responsibilities that are more important to her. Where did the Xingming sword come from? He's just unveiling everything. Part of me is definitely a little disappointed that we essentially bullied the devs. As a community, we essentially bullied the devs into spoiling their story that they were building up because people were too dumb to wait and couldn't read between the lines. That's how I'm interpreting this. Because, like, all of this stuff would have been insane reveals in the story. And all of this stuff, it feels like it's still too early for them to tell us this. But people were complaining about the story. They're like, what about this, what about this, what about this? And so now, like, these are devs that listen, so they're like, alright, fine. You guys are clearly unhappy. So this is what's happening. This is all of the details. No more subtlety, no more clever hinting and very careful planning. We're just gonna tell you. And I feel like, I mean, me as like a person that's really interested in lore, it's cool getting these, you know, these things here, but you know, part of the fun was theorizing all this stuff. And like, you know, finding all the little hints in the game and being like, all about this. Yeah, this is a potential thing that could happen in the future. And now this guy has to come in here and explain it for the dumbest people in the realm. Now, you know what? I'll be honest. I'm just gonna keep it real. And seeing how much he's revealing right now, and I don't have to watch this. I could just ignore it. But I want to see how the devs are communicating with the community, right? But seeing this, it does actually make me upset that all of the really cool stuff that they were planning is just out in the open now. That's not everything, of course. There's way more stuff. He kept it pretty vague for some of the things. But actually, I'm a little mad at the community that they felt that they had the need to do this. Any story regarding an old acquaintance and the baby of a mystery friend in Season 3? I like that. We were building up stuff early. Also, they said return of that gold friend. I'm betting it's Billy. S rank Billy. They've been teasing this since the beginning. Which means I'm cooked even more. I'm going to spend money. That's her communicating. Dang, that's the live stream. Okay. Overall, my impressions? I feel like they spoiled so much. Oh my gosh. Now, I think the main story isn't as spoiled as I thought when I watched the trailer. Because I definitely feel like there's a lot more subtlety that's going to be happening that I'm not aware of. So I think I'm still looking forward to the story chapter. I'm sitting here, I am actually, legitimately, I think I'm very salty that the fan base they complained so much that the devs felt the need. He felt the need to just tell us everything. Like, I would have loved to see all this be revealed in like the most epic manners in the story, but people are impatient. People were like, oh, the story's not going anywhere. Everything is disjointed. Right, that's what I'm seeing on social media at least. Now again, I can't blame the entire community, right? If you're sitting here watching this video, I'm not blaming you. Okay, but I'm sure the majority of players don't even interact with this stuff, right? They just play the game and have fun. But I really do feel like I got bamboozled out of some really cool plot twists and big lore drops because he just told us. And the thing is, I don't even blame him because every single time I do a story quest in Zenless Zone Zero, I go onto social media and I want to see other people's opinions of it. I already formed my opinion, and I'm like, I liked it because of this. The pacing could have been a little bit better. You watch my playthroughs, it's on the live tab on YouTube, right? And I sit there, and I go scroll through social media, I watch other people's reactions, if there is anyone to watch, because flippin' there's only like 5 content creators for easy. But, well, content creators that do story stuff, everyone else is just combat guides, which you can just learn how to build characters in the game because they give you a building plan, but that's my opinions. And I just see negativity. And I'm like, I liked it, it was fire, what do you mean? And then these people are complaining, and don't get me wrong, again, you're allowed to have your opinions if there are things you dislike. Right, if you didn't enjoy it, then that's completely valid. But I see people complaining and then they list why they didn't like it, and it's like a answer where it's like you did not pay any attention whatsoever. And I understand the sentiment, like, oh, the stories are long, like these stories can be up to 5 hours long, right? And a lot of gacha players share the sentiment that if movies can tell a story in an hour and a half, why can't gacha tell a story in 5 hours? And you know what? That makes sense, that's understandable. But also I feel like, the grand scale of a gacha, of these big gacha stories does not surpass, but it's a lot more large scale than, let's say, a simple storyline in a movie. Right? Where these plot points go hours and hours on end, and so you're looking at something that's probably more akin to a TV show, where every episode they can be, 50 episodes and all out an hour long each for these TV shows. And they're telling a grand scale story here. And I feel like Zenless Zone Zero kind of falls into that category along with Genshin, then Honkai Star Rail and Wuthering Waves. But I don't know. I definitely feel like Zenless does benefit from having shorter stories. But I also feel like the Zenless Zone Zero community, I do think there's a disjoint between what the devs are making and what the players want now, actually. Because the devs listen too much. And what I mean by that is, when you look at Zenless Zone Zero content, right? Zen content, you look on YouTube, you look on Bilibili, right? There's not too much lore discussion. A lot of it is just, this character is meta. You have to build this character, how to build it, the guides, right? Shiyu defense, deadly assault, combat. But there really isn't too many people that are like, Zenless Zone Zero's plot is amazing. For me, right, my opinion is I like Zenless Zone Zero's story a lot more than all the other gachas. Well, not all of them. I think I like Wuthering Waves very close to how much I like Zenless. But I feel like nothing has given me as much lore and, cutscenes and comics and art as Zenless Zone Zero. Honkai Star Rail will make you walk around and talk to other characters. And I'm sure the grand scale of their plot is amazing, but no, it's like a RPG that doesn't have that many cinematics, and when they do, it's very short. And Genshin, it's like, I feel like it's kind of hard to judge that in the same sense as these other gachas now, because Genshin has been here since the beginning, it's been here for so long, that it's kind of like, I can say Genshin 6.0 is fire, but then it's kind of like bogged down by the fact that it took them 5 years to really start dropping all their major lore. But now, like, it's fire too because they're dropping all their lore at once, right? So like 6.0 is, like the 6.1, 6.0 patches, it's really dense with all these reveals because they built up to it over this course of 5 years. And Zenless, I feel like it's the same deal. They're building up at the beginning of the season for a big reveal, and now we're at the point where they're gonna do all their big reveals and clearly, like, obviously, I'm pretty sure 2.4 and 2.5 will be main story patches. Just because we know Yishin Glong is coming, you're not gonna release her on a filler patch where it's gonna be... I mean, they're not really doing filler patches either. Every single story is like something to do with Faith in, right? But, you know, some stuff is like major plot, some stuff is not major plot. It's just kind of like faith in makes a new teammate, you know what I mean? But I really feel like 2.4, 2.5 we're gonna start connecting all the dots between all the story. And people were complaining the entire time. You know what? You know what the difference is? Zenless Zone Zero Season 1 launched. And it was episode or chapter 1, 2, and 3. All of them were there at the beginning. So everyone got that entire build-up. And then chapter 4, and then chapter 5. That was like, you know, that was them building up, right? We just got our setup chapters, and then now we're getting the actual, you know, culmination of the storylines that they built up. And we're a couple patches in of season 2 now, right? So maybe people got impatient. But long story short, I'm just mad. I'm just mad that this guy had to come up here. He had to come up here and say all this extra stuff. He literally came out here and he was like, trust the process. But he didn't say that. Instead of being like, trust the process. Right, the ZZZ devs, with all of their clarity and their clear communication, keep in mind this is still a strong point for them, right? May communicate and have transparency beyond a lot of the other gacha devs, or the major gachas. But they are so transparent that he literally came out and told us what's gonna happen in the future because people were mad. And people were complaining. Like, what else is coming in this upcoming season 2? I like, though, that he's like, we're returning to the season 1 area. I really do miss our 1.0 characters. New Krampus members! Okay, Krampus is not... It's not just Niley and Ivanue and Zhao. There's gonna be more. I do hope that instead of focusing on just new faction, they start doing alternate versions of all of the characters we already have. Just because it's gonna be hard to juggle all of the characters if they keep adding more. And one of the big benefits of Zenless on Zero is that they actually give their characters screen time, and then they stay relevant to an extent within the story. Like, for example, at the end of Season 1, or at the end of Season 1, but like in the big finale of Season 1, everyone showed up even though they weren't. Like, Seth was not super important to the story, but he showed up anyway because ZZZ devs remembered. Anyway, I've been ranting for like 10 minutes now. That was all supposed to be like its own video. Like, I actually was planning on making a video about that, but I want to make a video about the disconnect between gacha players and gacha devs and the interpretation of stories and how opinions in gacha can sometimes just stem from not liking a character or stuff like that. Why is it showing 3? What is going on? Okay, that was weird. It was talking in 3s. But I did that entire rant here. Maybe I still do that video. Maybe you guys get like a more organized thoughts version where I don't just spew my opinion out there. Maybe it was a little bit more toxic than normal. Maybe it was a little bit more negative than normal. I don't like being negative. I really don't. But just seeing this, that they brought out M, I had to explain the entire game to everyone. It upset me. Because like Mrs. as like a story writer, and the thing, like, you know you messed up when you have to tell everyone what's going on. But the thing is, I see these answers, and it's like, we knew this. If you could read between the lines, you knew this stuff was gonna happen. But nobody knew. Maybe they're bad at storytelling. Maybe that's what it is. maybe that's what it is, or maybe it's just the players are more focused on the combat. They're not as focused on the gameplay. Or not, no, they're focused on the gameplay. They're not as focused on the story. And they're too busy gooning. Maybe that's what it is. The gooning is distracting the people from the real story here. This Hoyoverse's storyline that goes so incredibly hard. But everyone's too busy gooning to realize how peak it is. Actually, I say it's peak, but again, it's not without flaws. I really do think that a lot of these stories can benefit from being a bit shorter. There are times where they waste time. But I found that it is not to the same extent as the other Hoyoverse games. I really don't think it's to the same extent. I feel like Genshin has wasted far more of my time doing random side stupid stuff in the main story for no reason. That did not contribute to the end story at all. Looking at you, Natland finale, making me stay in a party for an hour, thanks! Or Honkai Star Rail, where they literally cut out a chunk of the main story and retconned it out of existence because it was so mid. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, Mulan wastes no time at least, so there's Zen, but I also feel like they waste all the time in the sense that the main, core plot has really not made that much progress. Instead, we've gotten a bunch of, absolutely diabolically good side stories. And Zenless is, the setting and the way they do the story. People complain that they're sick of, the dead family, the dead sibling, the dead friend storyline with all the characters. And I'm like, yeah, we're in mid, we're not, it's not post-apocalyptic. We're in the middle of the apocalypse. People dying is the norm here. Every character you meet, they're gonna have someone they lost. That's just the reality of it. Except for Zhu Yuan, because she has her parents still somehow and they go out for dinner. And that's the only character that does not have a severe tragedy. But no, I'm sick of this, guys. They keep making me sad. I don't like it. They keep killing the characters that aren't playable. And I'm like, yeah, yes, it's apocalypse. Alright, I'm just ranting now. I'm just hating. I'm just being upset. But then, those are my legitimate frustrations with the community. Everyone doing the guides and stuff, they're sick. I love them. Everyone enjoying the gameplay that thinks the combat is sick. Amazing, good W community. Everyone that's doing story stuff like me, we're cooked. We don't got that many content creators really diving into it. And then the ones that do, they're alright, I submerged all of season 1, here's 5 hours. By the way, watch that Asriel Insanity video. It's I literally was trying to remember his name and I stuttered. But please watch it, it's amazing. I need him to do season 2. And I need him to summarize it so that the dumbest people can understand. And maybe they change their minds. They won't. But that's how it is. Anyways. I just ranted about the community instead of talking about the live stream. I think the live stream was great. There really wasn't much. They were here's some events. Here's the 2 new agents. Here's the story, that's it, bye. No new discs, no new... There really wasn't that much quality of life changes. But also, I heard the 2.5 beta started already. Which means, and that's weeks early. So I'm guessing we're gonna see a lot of crazy stuff in 2.5, and so 2.4 didn't have too much here because they're focused on that. That's my assumption, that's my guess. I think the live stream was kind of mid. Because there wasn't too much to announce. The trailer was cool, I hope... It looks like it was really spoilery. Maybe it's not, I'm gonna hope it's not. If I go into the main story and it's just that surface level... Yeah, he sacrifice himself to save her, and then we save him, and then he dies. And it's not deeper than that, there's no subplots going on. Because, guys, that's what's gonna happen, right? It's either he dies or we save him, and then happy ending, sad ending. For Yi Xiu-wan. And then Yi Sung-wang gets a ton of glaze. But if he, delve into, subplots oh, Yi Sung-wang is losing her memories. Oh, he's trying to recover her memories in the miasma, or something like that. Then, then it's not a spoilery. Dial-in looks really good. I feel like this is my most negative reaction because I got so upset when the guy explained the entire story to us. Oh my gosh, anyway, I'm gonna be pulling Dial-in. Obviously, I'm gonna try. Banyue, I'm probably also gonna try to pull him. But also not really. I'm gonna throw 30 pulls at him, so I'm gonna try. But I'm not gonna go all in because I gotta save for Yi Shengguang, I gotta save for the Angels of Delusion, and I don't want to swipe $500. I do not have that money. I want to give them $100. That's more money than I have, but I'll do it anyways. And I'll throw $100 at them during Banyue banner. And it'll be absolute Sinmo when he gets 1 Banyuelian sales. I hope. Please. Yeah, that's basically it. I was hoping we would see more Zhao. I mean, Zhao's getting an event, so that's pretty cool. I thought they were gonna talk more about Yi Shengguang. I'm glad they didn't talk about her too much. But I also still feel like I like that scroll when they're showing that her memories are disappearing. I'm so upset about this, guys. This, like, it didn't ruin the live stream for me. I still think the live stream is fire. But, like, just the context of it. Just, like, the fact that we reached a situation where we had to bring out this guy here, and then he had to explain all of the lore because people were complaining. Not out of, you know, actual dissatisfaction, but out of misunderstanding, which led to them being dissatisfied. And it's like, I don't know. Just end the video. Anyways, you enjoyed the reaction. If you somehow enjoyed my rant, or maybe if you disagree with my opinions here. By the way, don't, if you get rid of my opinions here, don't go attacking people. I really don't. I ranted this entire time without saying that, so I really hope people don't leave before I say don't go harass anyone, don't go starting fights. People are entitled to their opinions. And like, clearly, if enough people were complaining that the devs felt that they had to go out and say this, then, you know, maybe there really was a problem. Right, you know what I mean? Like, unfortunately, that problem does not reflect my experience, because I mean, you guys watch me live stream. I take way longer than everyone else because I spend all my time in the live stream. Or not live stream. I spend all the time in the story, yapping and reading out in between the lines and trying to figure out all the details and everything. It's all, I feel like for me, maybe I enjoy it more because I'm approaching the story with a lot more seriousness than most of the players. But yeah, that's basically it. If you like if you like this somehow, like the video, please. It helps the algorithm. We're almost at 1,000 subs, alright? And speaking of subs, if you enjoyed the video, you want to see more reactions, more breakdowns, near rants that are kind of unhinged like this one, then hit that subscribe button. I live stream here on YouTube and on twitch.tv/Robelle Autonomy. Alright, I stream my playthroughs of all of the stuff, and I also go on crazy rants. Hit that sub button, bell notification lets you know when I upload more content. I cover tons of Zenless Zone Zero stuff, and so that's that. And also, I would love to hear what you guys think about this live stream. What do you guys think of, especially what do you guys think of the devs having to just come out and tell us all the details, all the spoilery goods, and they could tell us everything. It wasn't everything, of course, they still left mysteries for the future. But, and you know, they kept having to me, it was the akin of explaining the obvious. That's what I felt like it was like, and I felt a little insulted that they reached a point where they thought that it was necessary. You know what I mean? Let me know what you thought in the comments down below. I would really love to hear you guys' opinions. I just want to see. Also, what do you guys think of new characters? Are you gonna be pulling them? All this and that, I want to see. Are you excited for the story? Are you saving for Yi Shengguang? I mean, I know I am. It's if I'm not, because I'm pulling Dial-in. Why'd they spoil this? I'm so mad. Oh my gosh, it was the spoilers, the flipping live stream. Anyway, thank you for watching. Hope you all had a good one. Remember, in 10 ways and I, so I will see you all next time. Bye! We were ending the video on the flippin' never forgetting the memories. Oh man.